Hello there, welcome back. So one of the things that I've found when I've coached couples over the years, and about, 50% of the time, 60% of the time, I've had the situation where I see the husband is doing something like just blindingly, obviously wrong. And, I basically say to him, blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Uh-huh. And then his wife that's sitting next to him goes, poof. And then she says something like, I've been telling you that for the last 10 years. And he says it one time, and you listen and you get it. So there's something going on here. Yeah, and it's something that I wasn't really expecting when I first started coaching, that there would be things that the guys just straight up weren't listening to. And there's a sort of an obliviousness to how the state of their marriage really is. I mean, and it's almost like the old Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy joke where Arthur Dent's talking to Ford Prefect, and he says, it's at moments like this I really wish I listened to my mother. And then Ford says, why? What did she say? And the response is, I don't know. I wasn't listening. And I really do wonder if this thing really, well, I don't really wonder, I strongly suspect that this really ties into things like the Walkaway wife syndrome, where, just one day, out of the blue, she, throws a wedding ring down, walks out of the house, divorces, cheats, whatever it is. She just walks away from it all without warning or notice or anything. How much of that is related to just being oblivious and not listening? Who knows? But it's probably a bit of a factor there. And if you're not listening to her at all, there's obviously no sharing of power in the relationship at all either, because it's just him blindly going forward. So here's the John Gottman thing of, not listening, not sharing power. Even in the first few months of marriage, men who allow their wives to influence them have happier marriages and are less likely to divorce than men who resist their wives' influence. Statistically speaking, when a man is not wanting to share power with his partner, there is an 81% chance his marriage will self-destruct. Now, very obviously, when I say listen and share power, I'm not saying that every single word that comes out of your wife's mouth is going to be completely relevant to whatever situation you're in and just like words from heaven that should be etched on stone tablets. When I say share power, I am not saying do everything she wants, when she wants, how she wants, and don't ask any questions. I'm saying just basic listening. If one half of a couple doesn't listen, no communication can take place of any relevance or any meaning. If there is no kind of sharing of power, then one person is always ultimately going to get slowly more and more frustrated with things. And as I've said many, many times, I'm sure there's an imbalance of power in most relationships, but there has to be at least somewhere closer to the middle than 100% and zero power. So, I mean, that's just what I've seen, just what I've run into time and time again. If you are oblivious because you're not paying attention and you're shutting out and not listening at all, and you put up that stone wall between the two of you, don't be surprised when something incredibly surprising and surprisingly bad happens to your relationship. It's not a surprise, it's predictable. So, that is my thought for the day, and I will talk to you soon.